Public transportation in Europe looks easy. Trains arrive on time. Stations look organized. Everything seems connected. That's what most Americans expect. But once they actually start using it, confusion begins. Tickets don't work the way they expect. There are no gates. No one checks tickets. And yet fines are everywhere. I'm European. I've used public transportation here my entire life. And I've watched Americans struggle not because the system is bad, but because the rules are different and rarely explained. These are 7 public transportation secrets Americans should know in Europe. Not to scare you, but to help you move confidently, avoid fines, and use the system the way locals do. Before we start, a quick note. This channel explains Europe from a local perspective, specifically for Americans. Calm, practical, no influencer hype. If that's what you want, subscribe. I share real European travel insights every week. Secret 1. No gates does not mean no rules. Many European public transportation systems don't use gates. You walk onto the platform, you board the train, no one stops you. For Americans, this feels unusual. In the US, gates usually mean control. No gate often feels like no enforcement. In Europe, it works differently. The system is based on trust. You're expected to already have the correct ticket before you board. Inspections don't happen constantly, they happen randomly, and that's what makes them effective. Local example. You ride several stops. Nothing happens. No staff. No checks. Then without warning, inspectors board the train. They move quickly. They scan tickets. They don't negotiate. If your ticket is missing, invalid, or incorrect, the fine is issued immediately. There are no excuses. I didn't know doesn't matter. I just got on doesn't matter. The assumption is simple. If you're on the train, you should already be compliant. Local tip. Never assume that a lack of gates means a lack of enforcement. Always ride as if an inspection could happen at any moment, because eventually it will. Secret 2. Tickets must often be validated in many European cities. Buying a ticket is only the first step. That surprises most Americans. They assume that once they've paid, the ticket is valid. In Europe, that's often not true. Many systems require manual validation. That means you must stamp, scan, or activate the ticket before you ride. Validation records the time. It proves when your journey started. Without it, the ticket is considered unused. Local example. You buy a paper ticket at a machine. You board the train. No gate, no scan. Everything feels fine. Then inspectors arrive. They check your ticket. It's unvalidated. Even though you paid, the ticket is invalid. The fine applies. This is one of the most common mistakes Americans make on European public transport, and it happens every day. Local tip. Always look for validation machines. They're often small, easy to miss, and placed near platforms, inside buses, or at station entrances. If you're unsure, watch what locals do. When in doubt, validate. Validating twice is usually fine. Not validating at all is expensive. Secret 3. Tickets are based on zones, not distance. In many European cities, tickets are not based on distance. They are based on zones. This is unfamiliar to most Americans. In the US, you often pay per ride or per distance traveled. In Europe, you pay for access to specific areas of the city. A ticket is valid only within certain zones. Cross the boundary, and the ticket is no longer valid. Local example. You travel only 2 stops. It feels short, it feels cheap. But those 2 stops cross into another zone. Your ticket doesn't cover it. When inspectors check, the distance doesn't matter. Only the zone does. To them, you're riding without a valid ticket. Locals understand this instinctively. They know where zones begin and end. Tourists usually don't. Local tip. Always check the zone map before buying a ticket. If you're unsure, ask staff or buy a ticket that covers more zones. Paying slightly more upfront is far cheaper than a fine later. Secret 4. Timetables matter more than you think. Public transportation in Europe is reliable, but strict. Trains and buses run on schedules, not every few minutes, not when enough people show up. When a train is listed for 10:42, it leaves at 10:42. Americans often arrive casually, assuming there's flexibility. There usually isn't. Local example. You reach the platform just as the doors close. The train leaves. The next one is in 40 minutes. This isn't a delay, it's normal. Local tip, check departure times in advance. Arrive early, assume vehicles leave exactly on time, because they do. Once you adapt to this mindset, public transport feels predictable instead of stressful. Secret 5, seats are not always first come. On many long-distance trains in Europe, seats are reserved, even if the train looks empty. This surprises many Americans. They board, see plenty of free seats, and sit down without thinking. Later, someone arrives. Tushin points to the seat number. That seat is reserved. This is normal, not rude, not confrontational. Local example. An electronic display above the seat shows a destination name. That means the seat is reserved for part of the journey. Locals check this automatically. Tourists often don't. Local tip. Look for seat numbers and reservation displays. If you don't have a reservation, choose seats marked as free and be ready to move if asked. It's part of how European trains stay organized. Secret 6. Strikes and delays are part of the system. Public transportation strikes happen in Europe more often than many Americans expect. They are usually announced in advance. They are planned, and they affect schedules. For locals, this is normal. For tourists, it can feel alarming. Local example, a train is canceled due to a strike. The platform fills with people. Locals immediately look for alternatives. Different routes, different trains, different times. Americans often wait for explanations. Local tip. Check transport apps, station screens, or local news. Have a flexible plan. Strikes are inconvenient, but rarely chaotic if you adapt the way locals do. Secret 7. Public transport is trust-based. Public transportation in Europe is built on trust. You're trusted to buy the right ticket, to validate it, and to follow the rules without being constantly controlled. That's why there are often no gates, no turnstiles, no visible enforcement. Americans sometimes interpret this as a lack of rules. It's the opposite. There is less control, but stricter consequences. Local example. You can board a train freely. No one stops you. No one asks questions. But when inspectors arrive, everything matters. The right ticket, the right zone, the right validation. Mistakes are treated as violations, not as misunderstandings. Local tip. Don't look for enforcement. Assume responsibility from the start. Once you understand this mindset, public transportation in Europe feels calm, efficient, and surprisingly fair. It works because most people respect the system. And once you do too, moving through Europe becomes effortless. Public transportation in Europe isn't complicated, but it is different. Once you understand the rules, everything becomes easier. You stop worrying about fines, you stop second-guessing, and moving through Europe feels natural. In the next videos, I'll explain tickets, regional travel, and local commuting habits Americans don't expect. Subscribe if you want to experience Europe the way locals do. I'll see you in the next one.